Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you guys are having a great day today. The time has come in every great season of OrgelCraft when a certain thing must be done, and of course we all know that certain thing is... Project Board! So I've been doing a lot of thinking about what more I want to do this season and what I want to do to get this project finished up, and so I just kind of started jotting down ideas of things that I would like to put here within the Star Destroyer, and then basically work from there and see what we can do. So this is what I have so far. So, tree farm, which we already have, but it needs to be expanded to include the cherry trees, and I also need to get mangrove trees in there as well. I would like to have an area where I can farm nether trees. Now, I do have this farm in the industrial district, and it is fully automatic. But I thought it would be good to put one here, just so that I'd have a place that I could come to quickly and easily farm it. I would like to have a semi-automatic nylium farm, just so that if I ever want it or need it, I have a place that I can come and fairly quickly get a whole bunch of that. I want to get a sniffer farm set up, basically a farm for the flowers, not necessarily for getting more sniffers, but I would like to... I'd like to get that set up in here. Since we're going to be doing so much work in here for the rest of the season, I figure we'll get that set up probably in an episode coming up soon. I would like to get a fairly industrial-powered, industrial-sized honeycomb farm. I've got a small one in the overworld, but again, if we're in the area, I would like to make use of the fact that I'm going to be spending a lot of time here. I have mentioned this before, but I would like a cleric trading hall so that we can get things like redstone and lapis fairly easily if we need it. And then the rest of the stuff is kind of things that are more on the buildy side, but not necessarily on like the detailing end of the spectrum, which it's been a while since we've detailed the outside of the Star Destroyer. Probably not getting to that today. Definitely not getting to it next episode. So we will get back to that. But anyway, so we have the auxiliary hangar, which is going to be over there. We have the bridge that needs to get done. I want to do a series of hallways that give us the ability to wander through the Star Destroyer. And then we'll need some elevators between different levels and to access different parts of the build. And then finally, I think I would like to set up a minecart transportation system just to be able to move a little bit faster. But this one is kind of, I haven't done this yet. Editing aside, I'm going to put a question mark on this one just because I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing. But we do have the villager breeder over there, so it might be a good idea to set something up so that I can move the villagers to wherever I want them, and if I decide, I want any other kind of villager trading halls, we can do that as well. So what I want to do in the episode today is I want to do a little bit of work laying out where I would like different things to go. So we already have the tree farm. We'll need to expand that a little bit, but that we at least have an idea of where this is going to be. And I'd like to maybe just try to get ideas of where I'd like other things to go. They don't necessarily have to be set in stone, but just something that we can work with. But what I really want to do today is work on getting the hallway structure in place. And what I basically have in mind for this is we're going to have 4 main hallways. So we're going to have one in the aft section of the ship. It's going to be in front of our reactor Enderman farm that we built in the last episode. We will have one in the bow of the ship, which is going to be fairly small. And then we'll have one that runs down the port side over there and the starboard side here. Now, as I was thinking about this project, I was like, I want to keep this hallway design the same. And I realized that it's going to get really confusing really fast as to what part of the ship you're in. So what I came up with was I thought we would do, instead of just having this all be gray concrete here, I thought we would go through and I would do different colors of terracotta for the different corridors, so that it will give me an idea of where I am in the ship. So we'll just pop some of this in here, and then of course we would do this on both sides of the hallway, so that you would always be able to know relatively where you are within the ship. Now, there's going to be lots of little side corridors and things like that, and I have an idea for how I want to do those as well. I think that's basically going to be something to the effect of mixing like whatever block you're going to with, I think I'm probably going to use cyan terracotta for that. So that will at least tell you like, oh, okay, this hallway will take you to, this main artery. So that's the big goal for this episode today. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully get all of the corridors in place, because obviously long ship here. I think what I want to do is I think that I'm going to bring the hallways running the full length of the ship down to here, because I think the auxiliary hangar is going to be between these two bays, and so then we would want something to connect all the way. And then what we might do is we might have a just central line to come all the way down here. So that could be another thing we could do. Yeah, so I think that's the plan. We're going to see just how much of this we can get done today. I'm not going to do any of like the connecting things. This is mostly going to be building the hallways and then laying out areas for different things in the build. I do want to connect the hangar to various different places, so that's something we will work on as well. And I might do a little bit of a different hallway design for that. But right now, I don't have anywhere near the resources that I'm going to need to work on this project, so I'm going to do some cleaning up here, and then we're going to do a live stream and collect a whole bunch of resources. I have a list of everything that I'm going to need to continue that design that we have there. So I'm going to get a bunch of resources, and then we can get to building. Welcome back, everyone. Had a productive live stream, got lots and lots of resources. This is not all of it, but this is definitely a good amount of what we need. The biggest problem I have is this is all the observers I was able to make with the resources I have. So that's going to be an issue, because that's not going to go very far at all. But I think what I want to do to start this process is I want to just lay out where these hallways are going to go. Now, I think the ones that go down the sides of the ship are going to stay at this Y level. I don't think I'm going to do anything with height changes here. What I haven't decided is the corridor at the aft of the ship. The entrance to the Enderman farm is significantly lower than this level, and so I haven't decided if I want to have the hallway slope down and then back up, or if we would have some other way of getting into the Enderman farm. So I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I'm going to start by just laying out approximately where I want these hallways to go, and I'll bring you guys back when that's done. Welcome back, everyone. So I have gotten a little bit of a layout here for where our hallways are going to go. So this starboard side one is going to come all the way down here, and then we have our aft hallway. I decided that I was going to have it slope down, so I've got that all worked out there, and then it comes back up here. This side I have not done yet, and I will explain why in a second. But so then coming back around, so the starboard hallway is going to come all the way up here, and then it's going to turn around our auxiliary hangar, come up here, and then our bow side-to-side hallway is going to go here, and then I did decide to do a central corridor down to the front of the ship there. So the reason that I have not done this I have not laid out this hallway is I think that I might want to do it on an angle as opposed to straight lines like I have done for this one. So because I've already worked out, you know, how this hallway is going to look, I figured I would just kind of keep it going and work with that. So then it would turn and go down and then turn again. And I didn't want to drastically change how this hallway worked after doing a section of it. So my thought is that I'm going to do this part of it, and then I'm going to play around with how I can maybe do an angled hallway. The challenge is that the way the angle goes is it's 4 blocks, 3 blocks, 3 blocks, and then that repeats all the way down. I don't know that that works with my pattern here because I believe that each section is, let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm 1 block short, so I might actually need to do a slightly different design, which actually, saying that, if I just doubled this pillar, that would be enough to give me 10, which is what we have with 3, 3, and 4. So, but it might require a slightly different design, so I'll have to play around with that later. But anyway, in the meantime, I have a lot of hallway worked out. I have a lot of blocks that I need to place, so I'm going to get started, and I will bring you back when some progress has been made. This will likely come as a shock to no one who is a regular to this channel. I have grossly underestimated yet another project. So I have been working on this corridor for a few hours now, and it's coming along really nicely. You can see we are near the back of the ship, and this is where our aft corridor is going to be going in. And I have made decent progress, but let me tell you, the number of observers that I need for this is absolutely insane. I knew I was going to regret choosing to decorate with observers, and yep, I regret it. But yeah, so this is where our farms are. I haven't done an entrance for this yet, not my focus for right now. My focus was building this. And I was like, oh, this is a big repetitive area. This shouldn't be too bad to build. Yeah, definitely not the case. This is kind of annoying to build because of all the different materials and different rows. I have to go back and forth with all of that, but it's coming along, and I'm toying with changing some of the design for other hallways, but we've made it a decent ways up here. And I think that I have the materials to be able to finish this. But yeah, so this is what I have done so far. I don't think I'm going to get the entire project done in this episode. It was always a little bit questionable as to whether or not it would get done. But with the fact that I don't have anywhere near the resources I need, probably not getting done in this episode. But we'll get there. We'll do what we can. Yeah, I need a break from this corridor, and I thought I would do something that would be a little bit more manageable. And so that's going to be this, this corridor here. So let's do a little of this together, and I think that should be what I need to at least get started. And this is our center. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to skip the bottom area for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go along here like this. And then for every time we go up a half step, that's where I'm going to do the andesite. And then the... now, I've already messed this up. Okay. Yes, so where... Let's see. I know we should be able to at least do that much. Yes, so on the levels where it's not a half slab, we are gonna do we're gonna keep the pattern of alternating the andesite and the sea lantern. So that's gonna go there, and then that will be an andesite. And then that will be a sea lantern. And actually, the easier way to do this would be to just go along. And that's not the block I want. Let's do, there we go. Sea lantern, andesite, sea lantern, andesite, sea lantern, andesite, and so on. That's not a sea lantern. That's a frog light. Oh, it's late at night and I've been working for a while. But yeah, so that is how we are going to do all of that. Nope, not there. So there. And all along here. Okay. And then, from there... no, that's not right. So, I decided that I would, spare myself the pain of doing the observers, and so I played around with a bunch of different blocks, and what I decided to go with was the deep slate tile. I think this looks good. I like the contrast of a little bit of a darker block in here. And I think that'll look good. So we'll do that in there. Like that. Whee! I have fallen off, and I have no rockets. I have gone through a ridiculous number of rockets on this project. Yeah. But so then we're going to have our color indicator, which for this corridor is going to be red, terracotta. I could really use some more blocks on my hotbar. There we go. So that will go like that. And then we'll go back to the deep slate tile. And then finally back to our gray concrete to finish this off. And that's enough for now. So this is what our wall is going to look like here, and then we will have on the full block levels, we will have our supports that come. Where are my slabs? There they are. That come across like they do on the other side, and then of course this will all get converted to concrete, and we'll have the trapdoors on the frog lights like that, and then the walls, the black stone walls will go like that. And then of course I have the challenge of actually getting out there to place the levers for the frog lights, which has turned out to be the most difficult part of this process, because there is just no good way to do this. And then, of course, I'm going to have to break these blocks and go down and get them. I thought I dropped 3. Maybe I picked one of them up. Oh well. Andesite I have plenty of. So yeah, so there is the the pattern that we're going through. Oh, this is not, that's right. I designed this a little bit differently. So, because you have the elevation change in the roof, we're actually going to do 2, 3, and then we're going to do like that, because at this level, then we will have the roof, or the ceiling is going to go there, like that, and I've switched to using frog lights for this, because it's a little bit, they're going to be a little bit easier to farm than sea lanterns. It's not great. It's not exactly what I'd want, but it'll work. But they have to be placed vertically so that most of the green is hidden. I tried using ochre, and ochre did not work at all. So, but the verdant are fine, and the I've just run out of the pearlescent ones. So, yeah. So that is the design for this hallway. I am going to get to working on that. I'll probably go up both sides, and then I'll just continue with the traditional design when we get up to the flat part here. So yeah, I'm going to get to work on that. I'll bring you guys back when more progress has been made. Welcome back, everyone. The aft corridor is finished. So we have this all along here. It is possible to fly through here. I have left this open for now because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I'm thinking that there's going to be some stuff here, and I would like to be able to have access to it from here. So, and then I talked about a kind of like an airlock entrance to the Enderman farm. So that is something we will work on later. But as you can see, if we come up here, this goes all the way down there, pretty close to the edge of the Star Destroyer. And then if we fly down this hallway, I have added a connector to the hangar. So same design as the starboard hallway here, and then mixing the light blue and the cyan terracotta to indicate that this is a connector hallway. And it brings us out in here. Yeah, I was getting a little annoyed of not being able to easily get into that hallway up there. So added this. So that is what has been done so far. Now, I am running a little bit short on time for this episode because I actually have to get a second one recorded. I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and at the time you're watching this, I will be on vacation. So, trying to get something done for not only for this week, but then also for the week after I'm gone on vacation, so that it's not 2 weeks in between videos, because I have something I want to work on and something I want to talk about. So yeah, so you will be getting episodes once a week. Yeah, but anyway, short on time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm going to see how far I can get with this hallway, and then we are going to call it there. So I don't think I'm going to get to the front. And then because I'm not going to get there, I'm probably not going to lay out the port corridor. I have a little bit of an idea for how I want to do the design, similar to this, but something that will work on an angle. But I need to play around with that, and I need to make sure I know where it's going to line up before I set anything out. So I think we'll need to finish that first. But yeah, let me get to work on this, and we'll see how far we can get. Welcome back, everyone. I have made it this far. So, managed to do the straightaway down here after the bend, and I ran out of observers. I actually had to go digging for quartz digging through my storage for quartz just to be able to get enough to finish. I did just barely finish, but yeah, completely out of observers, and so decided to call it there. I had a little bit more time. I probably could have finished this little turn here, but yeah, don't have the time to go get more quartz, so that is something that I will be either doing some AFK stuff between episodes, or in a future live stream, we might have to go mine quartz because I need tons and tons and tons of it. But really happy with the progress that has been made in this episode, and yeah, I'm excited to keep working on this project. This was, once I got into the groove, which definitely took me a while, but I've kind of gotten into the groove of how to build this now, and it goes much smoother once I've kind of figured that out. So, yeah, shouldn't be too bad to finish off the rest of the hallways. Just need the time to do it, and don't have that for this week. So, yeah, I've realizing that I need to give myself a few more exits from these corridors because it's getting more and more difficult to get around, because I used to have all of this open area, and now I have to go to certain places to be able to get out. I guess these rooms are not yet finished, so, that's... Excuse me, I'd like to get out. Yeah, so that's one option that we have, but yeah, the other nice thing is it is I at least made a design that I can fly down, so yeah, that definitely makes things a little bit better. And I'm gonna build in some places where I can basically get out of the hallway and get into the open area of the ship to make my life a little bit easier. But yeah, so we're coming along. I did a little bit of checking just to see exactly how much hallway I've built, and I've put in 880 meters worth of corridor in this episode. Yeah, that's half a mile of corridors in this Star Destroyer, and we're not done. There's going to be well over a mile. And by the time I think about, auxiliary corridors and things like that, there could probably be 2 miles of hallways in this thing when we get done. So, yeah. But guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.